There are wars fought in bedrooms that the world never sees. There are small battles every marriage must win, not grand gestures, but tiny rituals that decide whether love survives the long haul. This is one of those stories. This is about the 5-minute fix that quietly repairs what silence and exhaustion slowly fray. They met on a rain-soaked night. He was late, she was tired, and the bar smelled like someone else's laughter. They fell in love the way most people do, clumsily, urgently, full of promises that felt gigantic in the bright early years. Years later, the promises had a way of thinning. Work 8 evenings. Kids arrived and demanded everything. Bills arrived like small inspectors leaving notes. Conversation narrowed to logistics. Who picks up? Who pays? Whose turn it is to call the plumber? The romance didn't vanish in a single moment. It leaked, drip by tiny drip, under the weight of micro-decisions. One night, this is the turning point, she found herself crying in the laundry room while he sat at the kitchen table staring at his laptop like a man trying to solve a problem he could not name. He said something thoughtless, a sentence thrown like a pebble. She shut down. He shut down. They practiced the oldest couple dance: withdraw, reload, argue later, regret later, repeat. That week, a small, brilliant thing happened. An old friend called her and asked a simple question: how do you two still make it? She laughed and then said, with a shame that felt like admission, we don't. Not the way we used to. The friend didn't lecture. She offered one absurdly practical idea: 5 minutes. Try 5 minutes, she said. Just 5. No planning. No big talks. 5 minutes for only us. They were so tired they agreed sarcastically. But the next morning, before the kid woke and before the email chimed, he put his phone face down and walked into the bedroom. She sat up, surprised. He said, "Give me 5 minutes." She nodded. He took her hand. They did nothing heroic. They breathed together. He asked one question: how are you, really? She answered. He listened. When the 5 minutes were almost up, he kissed her forehead and went to work. They kept doing it. 5 minutes every morning. No agenda, no devices. Sometimes it was silence. Sometimes it was laughter about a stupid dream. Sometimes it was a brief apology from the night before. I shouldn't have said that. Sometimes it was a plan. I'll pick up the milk. Tiny things, boring things, the plumbing of married life. Weeks later, something shifted, they noticed. The invisible ledger of small kindnesses had a few new entries. He stopped letting tension harden into distance before they talked. She started asking for help before resentment had a chance to grow teeth. The 5 minutes didn't fix everything. It didn't erase hard days. But it gave them a habit, a return path to each other before fatigue and weather could build walls. This is not a sweet anecdote, it's a blueprint. Tiny rituals, 5 minutes long, stacked over weeks, produce a compound effect. Small, consistent returns beat sporadic grand gestures because they rewrite expectation. Your marriage learns you will show up, not just when it's convenient, but when it matters most, in the slow, ordinary minutes. If you want a set of 5-minute rituals that actually save love, here are the ones that work: practical, repeatable, tested in kitchens and barracks, not on Instagram feeds. The morning check-in: 5 minutes at the start of the day. Face each other, put the phones away, and answer 3 short lines: one feeling, one need, one small ask. Example: I'm tired. I need patience today. Can you take dinner? It's not therapy. It's information. The check-in prevents morning grievances from snowballing into evening wars. The 2-minute apology: when something goes wrong, stop the escalation after the first 2 minutes. Say the simplest, honest thing: I was wrong. I'm sorry. Use the remaining 3 minutes to name the repair, what you'll do differently. Smaller, faster repairs unplug resentment before it takes root. The micro-date: 5 minutes of deliberate delight. No screens, no chores. Just one small activity. Share a coffee, read a paragraph of a book to each other, dance to one song. The goal is to interrupt habit loops that make you roommates instead of partners. The touch ritual: 5 deliberate seconds of touch 3 times a day, a hand on the back, a forehead kiss, a squeeze of the shoulder. Touch trains the nervous system to feel safe around each other. It's small, but it rewires proximity into a habit. The listening loop. Set a 5-minute timer. Partner talks for 3 minutes about something that matters: work, fear, a silly memory, while partner B listens without advice. Then switch. The discipline of listening without solving is its own kind of love. The repair ledger at night: each writes one line in a shared note, one thing you fixed today emotionally or practically. No judgment. No scoring. Just entries. Over time, the ledger becomes visible proof that you are both adding deposits to your relationship account. Why 5 minutes? Because resistance is the human default. Grand plans demand energy you may not have. 5 minutes lowers the barrier so your future tired self can still keep the promise. The trick is not intensity, it's fidelity. You will meet resistance. Someone will forget. Someone will roll their eyes. That's not failure, it's the test. The ritual holds value only if you can return after missing it. When you miss a morning, do a 2-minute evening check. When you spike into anger, use the micro-apology. The discipline is the return, not perfection. Let me give you another story, a longer arc that proves the method. They tried 5 minutes for a month. At first it felt silly. He missed a day and she felt another wall climb between them. They argued, then breathed, then returned to the ritual. In month 2, when she was offered a job across town, they used 5 minutes to talk honestly: fears, logistics, pride, and hope. The decision was hard, but the ritual produced clarity. They chose a plan that honored both careers because they had practiced aligning small needs regularly. The job didn't break them, the lack of conversation would have. In month 4, when his mother fell ill, he retreated emotionally. Old habits pushed him to protect pain with silence. Their 5 minutes nudged him open. He said, "I'm scared." She listened. That small admission prevented isolation and made him human in the relationship again. The crisis tested them, as crises always do, but the micro-practices made repair faster and less costly. Here are the rules that make these 5 minutes stick. Not opinion, but practical constraints you can apply tonight. Make it visible. Put a sticky note on the bathroom mirror. Set a repeating alarm labeled as 5 minutes. Small cues beat willpower. Keep it where life can find it. Make it non-negotiable but tiny. Say aloud, 5 minutes every day. If that feels impossible, start with 3. Then grow. The point is to create a habit you can fail through and still recover. Make language simple. Use scripts: 1 feeling, 1 need, 1 ask. Or, "I'm sorry, here's 1 repair." Scripts remove negotiation and lower friction. Make failure a data point, not a verdict. Missed a day, log it. Ask why it adjust. The goal is to learn, not to shame. Make it contagious. Teach the rituals to friends. When multiple couples practice the 5-minute loop, social proof and accountability make it sticky. And finally, remember the surprising math of small returns. 30 seconds a day is 11 hours a year. 5 minutes a day is roughly 30 hours a year. 30 hours of intentional connection beats dozens of empty date nights that collapse under planning fatigue. The math is on the side of consistency. At the end of this short lesson, you need a single actionable plan. Try this 30-day 5-minute experiment. Week 1, morning check-in. 1 feeling, 1 need, 1 ask. Do 5 mornings. Log missed days. Adjust. Week 2, add the 2-minute apology. When tension rises, apologize fast and name 1 small repair. Do this every time tension spikes. Week 3, start the microdate twice a week on evenings you're home. Keep it to 5 minutes. Share a song, a paragraph, a joke. Week 4, begin the repair ledger. Each night, write one small fix from your day. At the end of the week, read the ledger aloud and celebrate tiny wins. If you keep this for 30 days, you will not recognize how ordinary your life feels in the best way. Ordinary will be steady. Ordinary will be kind. Ordinary will be resilient. This is how love becomes durable, not through declarations framed for cameras, not through expensive getaways, through boring, repeatable choices that create a habit of return. A marriage that can be repaired quickly is a marriage that lasts. Tonight, before you scroll, pick one tiny ritual from this list. Put a sticky note on your phone. Say to your partner, 5 minutes tomorrow. No phones, just us. That small promise is a seed. Tend it, water it. Keep it so small your tired self can keep it. Start tomorrow at dawn or before bed, whichever you'll actually do, if you want a final word. Marriages don't break because people stop loving each other. They break because people stop practicing the small repairs that keep love alive. Choose the discipline of return. Choose 5 minutes over months. Those minutes will become the story you tell about who you are to people who refuse to let. Have it decide their fate. Do the 5-minute fix. Start tonight.